Hi, I'm Leo. We're going to be talking on mass shootings and proliferation of guns in America. Mass shooting could be defined as any incident involving the shooting of several people with one or more firearms, especially automatic guns that discharge several bullets once the trigger is pulled. Mass shootings in the United States of America have risen year after year. These incidences are too many for one to chronicle in one piece. One of the reasons we have these occurrences is that there are no strict laws prohibiting people from acquiring firearms. Even gun manufacturers have no laws restricting them from selling their products. Studies have proved that the firearm of choice in mass shooting is the AR-15 semi-automatic rifle, commonly called an assault rifle or military-style rifle. One should ask, do we need military-style rifle in our homes? Another rifle of choice, according to studies, is the 9mm automatic handgun. This is the rifle generally used by law enforcement officers. It has the capability of discharging several ammunitions in seconds as soon as the trigger is pulled. Most shooters have been young Americans with some violent tendencies and or criminal pasts in recent times. Let's cite some examples. Virginia Tech shooting, Blacksburg, Virginia, 2007, was done by a 23-year-old Sheung Hoon Choi. 33 people were killed.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kelly Wallace with First Look for this Monday. It is an incredibly busy time here in this newsroom as we are all pulling together to cover what is turning out to be the deadliest campus shooting in U.S. history. At this afternoon hour, at least 30 people believed to be killed on the campus of Virginia Tech University. That's in Blacksburg, Virginia. And we are deploying a team of correspondents and anchors for this story. Katie Couric heading down there now. She will be anchoring the coverage from the campus of Blacksburg, Virginia, an overview of what happened, who was killed, what happened during the day, talking about survivors, talking about the gunman who is dead, finding out just exactly what led to this tragedy. Other correspondents will be on scene talking to survivors, talking about issues such as university security. How could something like this happen? Also, taking a look at how so many students were using the internet to stay on the internet to find out what was happening and to get information from the university, from parents about what to do. So you'll definitely want to be watching the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric this evening. Full team coverage of what really is a parent's worst nightmare, a student's worst nightmare, the deadliest campus shooting in U.S. history. That's all for now. I hope you'll tune in.
Columbine High School, Littleton, Colorado massacre in 1999 was done by two friends, Eric Harris and Dylan Claiborne, 18 years of old each. 13 people were killed.
The investigation into the high school massacre is slow-moving and dangerous. The two gunmen who went on the rampage booby-trapped the building and even themselves. All day long, investigators have searched the homes of both teenage killers. In one of them, police say they found bomb-making materials. Specially trained officers searching the school today found close to 30 explosive devices all around the building. Authorities have also revised the death toll, now saying 15 people were killed, including the two gunmen. Most of the bodies are still inside the school, but families of the murder victims have been notified. NJ Burkett begins our coverage. He is live in Littleton, Colorado. NJ.
And Roz, we're being kept far away. The building off in the distance is still sealed off. As you said, the bodies have not yet been removed. A total of 15 people are believed to have died here, 12 students, 1 faculty member, and the 2 young killers. Investigators say this attack appears to have been carefully planned for a long time.
One by one, students returned to Columbine High and left bouquets of flowers in a park half a mile away.
A little bit of pain, a little bit of everything at once. It's deep, you know, but just got to be strong.
So parents, hug your kids. Pray that, be happy that you're with them. Kids, grab your friends, hold them tight, and never be mad at people, because it could happen in a second that they'll be gone.
Investigators found their first pipe bomb in the parking lot, and the Denver bomb squad immediately sealed off the building. Robotic cameras later found the entire school was booby-trapped. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold had apparently committed suicide, but investigators say they spent their
Sandy Hook Elementary School, Newton, Connecticut, 2012. By 20-year-old Adam Lanza, 26 people were massacred.
Right here in Newtown, Connecticut, the site today of a mass shooting, and this time gunfire aimed at elementary school children. We're here in front of the Newtown United Methodist Church, where we've watched people gathering all evening long, as tonight the details are still pouring in. There are 27 victims, 20 children, 7 adults. And we've heard all day about the incredible response by teachers inside the school, which is considered one of the leading schools in the nation. And also tonight, we have a new image of the suspected shooter as we tell you everything we know about who did it, what kind of weapons, and why. And we begin all of this with 2020 anchor Chris Cuomo, and he's here right now with me. Chris.
Diane, it is an almost unimaginable scene. What we know so far is that inside this elementary school was a group of young kids. They were and there was one deranged man who decided to take it all away.
Marjorie Stoneham Douglas High School, Parkland, Florida, 2018, was done by 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz. 17 people were killed.
A new report highlighting security failures in the Parkland school massacre.
Now, this as chilling images emerge of the accused shooter inside Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School during the attack. ABC's Ariel Reshef is here with the details on that. Ariel, good morning.
Good morning to you guys. Those images from inside the high school showing the moments leading up to that deadly rampage and a series of apparent security failures by police and school officials. A warning: if there are children in the room, the content here may be disturbing.
Possible shots fired at Stoneman Douglas High School.
This morning, chilling images and 911 calls from the Parkland massacre, painting a timeline of terror. 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz seen here loading an AR-15 in the hallway of Stoneman Douglas High School as a frightened freshman walks past. The Sun-Sentinel reporting that according to that freshman, Cruz telling him, "You'd better get out of here, things are going to start getting messy." Moments later, Cruz killing 17 students and staff.
Oh my God!
The release of surveillance videos and audio, all part of a scathing draft report from a Florida State Commission, shining a light on a host of fateful security missteps.
If we can't protect our children in schools, then who can we protect?
Doors unlocked, the gates open, allowing Cruz to get inside undetected.
He got into the 1200 building because that door was unlocked and unstaffed, and that we say that that is a security failure.
A campus security monitor failing to call a code red after seeing Cruz carrying a rifle bag. The report saying the spray of bullets set off a fire alarm, sending panicked students and teachers out of their classrooms to escape. This picture capturing kids trapped helplessly in a crammed hallway. Meanwhile, cameras showing school resource officer Deputy Scott Peterson waiting outside on his radio instead of trying to stop the gunman.
I think we got shots fired. Possible shots fired. 1200 building.
5 minutes go by before police officers even enter the building. Cops using surveillance footage on a 20-minute delay to try to track down the armed assailant who had already escaped, according to the Sun-Sentinel.
They are monitoring the subject right now. He went from the 3rd floor to the 2nd floor.
While they tried to locate Cruz, he's seen here a few blocks from campus at this McDonald's. Finally, just under an hour later, taken into custody.
A judge entered a not guilty plea for Nicholas Cruz in March. Since the attack, the sheriff's office says it has made some major changes in policy. The findings and a list of recommendations for school safety will be turned over to the Florida governor.
El Paso, Texas, at Walmart parking lot 2019, was by 21-year-old Patrick Crucius. 20 people were killed.
Run out that way! This morning, new details from the massacre in El Paso. The first 911 calls came in at 10:39 a.m. Saturday. An active shooter on the loose, terrorizing families shopping at back-to-school sales. These chilling images captured the gunman on Walmart surveillance cameras, wearing ear protection and carrying an AK-47 style rifle. Frantic shoppers rushed out of the Cielo Vista Mall and the Walmart Supercenter next door, where bodies were lying outside. Stores went into lockdown. This JCPenney employee began directing people to safety.
This guy from this side, you guys have to run down. The shooter's that way? He's over here in the other.
Paralyzed by fear, others hiding under furniture. 10:45 a.m. 6 minutes after those first 911 calls, first responders were on scene, securing the area. 11:06 a.m., the suspect, 21-year-old Patrick Crucius, was arrested. Police say he surrendered without incident and was the lone gunman. Investigators say hate may have been the motive. In all, at least 20 people were killed, dozens more injured. The victims range in age from 2 to 82 years old. The wounded, bloodied and dazed, were triaged at the scene, some using shopping carts to transport victims. Survivors shared their terrifying tale.
Oxford High School shooting in Detroit, Michigan, 2021 was by 15-year-old Ethan Crumbley. 4 people were killed.
Now, we are learning more about the lives that were lost during this week's school shooting in Oxford, Michigan. Neighbors are coming together to mourn and pray as the alleged gunman faces murder and terrorism charges. Yesterday, the death toll rose to 4. Nancy Chen reports.
We didn't quit. We came back. We grinded, worked every day. We trust each other. We all love each other.
16-year-old Tate Muir died on the way to the hospital.
Tate was honestly one of the best people I've been privileged to know in my life.
Senior Austin Witt played football with Muir.
He was always happy, cracking jokes. He was honestly the heart and soul of our team and probably our community. He's a true hero, and my thoughts and prayers go out to his family.
Muir was one of the 4 teenagers killed on Tuesday, along with 14-year-old Hannah St. Juliana, a member of the basketball team, 17-year-old Madison Baldwin, who would have graduated next year, and 17-year-old Justin Schilling, who was on the golf and bowling teams. On Wednesday, the alleged shooter, Ethan Crumbley, pleaded not guilty.
Sir, do you understand all the charges against you?
Yes, I do.
Investigators say there is a mountain of digital evidence that strongly suggests Crumbley planned the attack in advance. Evidence that law enforcement officials say includes a video he made the night before the shooting that mentioned killing students, a journal recovered from his backpack detailing his desire to shoot up the school, and social media postings of the gun used in the attack, purchased by his father just 4 days before the shooting. Prosecutor Karen McDonald says the charges are clear.
Charging this person as an adult is necessary to achieve justice and protect the public.
We need some common sense gun laws to guide against all these unnecessary killings. Common sense, for example, barring individuals with misdemeanor domestic violence from purchasing firearms. 2. The National Permit to Purchase, or PTP, a policy requiring people to obtain a permit, contingent on passing a background check before buying a firearm. Finally, in the United States, gun manufacturers are able to design and market their products without regard to the consumer safety. The Protection of Laws, Commerce in Arms Act, PLCAA 2005, should be abrogated. This should give rise to lawsuits against gun manufacturers and written gun shows, as studies on this effect shows that there was a substantial reduction in the flow of guns to criminals, as well as gun manufacturers taking steps to improve safety. Nobody is advocating for an outright ban on guns. After all, the right to bear arms is enshrined in the Constitution. At this juncture, let us look at what other countries have done or are doing to keep our citizens safe. Countries like Japan and Australia do have an outright ban on guns, and statistics show that they have a minimal to zero mass killing every year according to World Population Review. Parents of mentally challenged children should seek appropriate help to curb the menace, although they constitute a minority, as per the subject of our discussion. Let us love one another and take care of each other. Thank you for your time.